Okay, so this is Rimworld, and I'm going to get into something that a lot of people do not understand fully, and that's prisoners and slaves. Your different ideologies and even your mods will allow you to have prisoners and slaves and do different things with them. There used to be prisoner mods that were all over the place and slave mods, but because it's now in vanilla, I highly recommend you do not use any of the prisoner or slave mods out there that are older. So let me go over something with you really fast. Okay, if we go down to assign, you can see that I have named all my slaves here. I put the name slave in their bio, and under their clothing, their current outfit, I have selected slave. Now, how did I do this? Well, when you click it, you'll have different things here, okay? There was a, the lowest one at the bottom, it wasn't just nudist. I think maybe it was nudist. It was something at the bottom, okay? And I don't remember what it was. It might have been nothing. So all you do is you click it, and then you go to edit, okay? When you're in here, you can select your outfits, okay? So you select slave, and then you can rename it here, okay? What I did for this, because slave is already set in vanilla, but if you want to create like a royal outfit, I would select a new one, okay? So you go to new outfit up here. But slave is already in vanilla if you have ideology and royalty. So slave pretty much does not allow the slaves to wear anything other than the slave collars and the slave belt outfits, okay? What I did is I checked that they can wear a button-down shirt and pants. This is extra protection and a little extra temperature-wise protection as far as temperature goes. So make sure you do this, and you want to set them to slave. I also did this in food. At the very bottom, there was another category down here. I don't remember what it was. And I renamed it to slave food, and I went to edit, did the same thing. In edit, you can select your food, so you would basically create a new one if you wanted to, okay? So under slave food, and you edit it, I have them, they're not allowed to eat any raw things, any corpses, any hay, any of that. They are allowed to eat meals, and it is vegetarian fine meal and simple meal. That is it. The reason that I do this is because my simple meals, I make a lot of them. And this may seem like it's nothing, but it's very important, people. So you can see, I have a mod, so 2 of my people are vampires. They only drink blood, they don't eat meals. So we got, and then my robot takes energy. So we got several slaves. Generally, for the simple meals, what I do is I figure out how many people I have, times it by 5, and that's my simple meals. So you got 5, he's dead, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. This means that I need at least 40 simple meals. But if you open up the simple meals, you can see I got 51. I think I actually have it set to 55 in the kitchen. So I'm making more than enough simple meals, and it's, of course, it's frozen. It's in this is a mod for stacking foods. So I have a lot of simple meals and stuff like that. Now, the slaves will only eat the vegetarian fine meal and the simple meal. This means the rest of my colonists can eat anything else, okay? And what this does is this keeps the slaves somewhat happy when they eat a vegetarian fine meal, okay? And a lot of your slaves will come from ideologies that are not cannibalism, and some of them actually prefer the vegetarian meals. So you need to set up in the assign, you need to set up for slave, you need to add the button-down shirt and the pants, and then for food, add a new category for food. And then this brings me to my other problem with slavery. You gotta have a tailoring station. Now I have the electric tailoring station, you can have the wood one, it doesn't matter. If you go to bills, you'll see the first 2 things at the very top are the slave body strap and the slave collar. Then the pants and the button-down shirt, and I have other stuff. Your pawns will always make the top stuff first if you have the material. So make sure you put slave collar and body strap at the top. Make sure you set it to do until you have X, and at least have 2. This means that I at least have 2 of each of these things. I'll also have 2 pants and 2 button-down shirts in my supply room. Okay, now I do have mods for stacking stuff. I just haven't created the junk yet. But you'll see right here, there is a slave strap right here. It's a normal one. This means that when I get new slaves, at least if I have 2 new slaves, they'll automatically just put on their gear. When you get a new slave, go to assign, find their name, and set them to slave. Okay, this really helps you guys. If you don't do this, it can cause problems. You don't want your regular workers or your slaves putting on good gear and armor and stuff, okay? And do not ever give your slaves a weapon. If you want to use them to fight, that's fine. Have them punch. So now let's go to your prison. Your prison needs to be somewhat big, and you need several different beds, and you need a table and chairs there, okay? You'll notice I have a water cooler to cool down the area, and then I also have a light source, which I'm just using the fire. It's not fire, the regular fire from the steel brazier, because a little bit of wood lasts forever in that. Okay, so what do you do with your prisoners? Well, when you click them, you got all kinds of stuff under the prisoner tab. If you want to recruit them, you're going to have to do 2 things. You're going to have to reduce the resistance first, which is this tab. He's already at 0. And then the second thing is convert them. You want them to be in your ideology. You can click the social tab to see his ideology. He is not of my religion, and he's at 89% in his own religion. My guys will come in here and convert him. Okay? This is very important. I know that sometimes people rush this, and I've rushed it too, and it's always a mistake when you rush it. Even if you have the proselytize meme in your ideology where you will proselytize to people and missionary to them and try to get them onto your side, it is still a bad idea to bring anybody into the fold as a regular member of your group if they are not in your ideology. This takes time. What I suggest is you find wardens who have a good social skill, okay? They have to have a high social skill or a little fire beside them. Make them into your warden. Don't let anybody else do it, because as they get better with social skills, then they can increase their the amount that they take away from these guys when it comes to reducing their will or reducing their resistance or converting them, okay? So now let's get to the meat and the potatoes. I have a quest that just came up, and it's a refugee quest. And you all know this, because if you've been playing ideology, it happens a lot. It's visitors asking for help. I'm going to accept them. And you can see down here that there's 5 people that are going to come in here. Now all 5 just appeared up here, and they're in the little, they got the red hourglasses. Now I'm going to teach you something. You need to have a hospital. Alright, I have 5 beds open, so that's good. And I'm going to go to each one of my little dudes up here that just came in, and I'm going to set them to herbal medicine. So let's set every one of them to herbal medicine. And then I'm going to enslave every single one of them, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Well, I'm going to at least make them prisoners. Okay, so if you don't know, if you're on your keyboard and you press your comma or your period while you have somebody selected, it will shift through them, okay? So this is our first person. We are going to go to operation. Make sure they're set on herbal medicine, and make sure you have herbal medicines in your hospital. We're going to add a bill. Do not euthanize by cut. That will kill them. We want anesthesia, okay? Now I'm going to go to the next person by pressing the comma button. Anesthesia. Next person, anesthesia. And this is only the new refugees that just came in. And you're gonna see what I'm doing here in just a second. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, it was that easy. Yep. Now remember, this is 5 people. So anesthesia, anesthesia, anesthesia. Now all of these people We'll come over here to my hospital. All right, some of them are already here. There's 3 laying in there. You can grab the people who have not come. So let me select Winnie, and oh, she's already coming. So I'm telling her to rest. All right, who's missing? 1, 2, 3. Okay, Art is not here. All right, so everybody get over here. Once you get the last one, you gotta wait till they're all here. Okay, and you gotta check them. So you select them, and you go to health. Okay, see where it says anesthetic sedated? That's great. Now let's check the other one. It's saving right now. Okay, so this one's sedated. That's my robot. This one's sedated. So that's 3. This one's sedated and this one's sedated. Now you go to your characters and you're going to draft them. You're going to right click on the people and you're going to arrest these people. Select everybody. Draft. Arrest. Draft. And arrest. And draft. And arrest. Where's arrest? Oh, wait a minute here. Get in here. Get in here. Okay, now as they're knocked out, what you can do is they will be transported into your jail cell. Now they're going to be red and they're going to be knocked out. Okay. Oh, well, he woke up. Daggone it. They woke up. All right, so be faster than I am, guys. Basically, I'm doing this with one hand because I got one hand holding my phone. That's what you want to do. You draft, I've been able to capture 8 people at one time doing this. Okay, it does work. You want to euthanize every single one of them, and then you arrest every single one of them. Okay, and you want to be faster than what I was, so that way they don't wake up, or euthanize them a second time. Not euthanize, I'm sorry. Anesthesia. Do not euthanize by cut. That will kill them. Anesthesia. Okay, and then that's how you get them into the prisoner jail cell, and make sure you have enough beds.